Got him. Guys, we're talking about sight fishing 101. It ain't always about bed fishing. Sometimes it's about just seeing them and casting to them and catching them. So basically what's happening right now is we're in the middle of the very first wave of the spawn. We've got some bass that are spawning, some that are a little bit post-spawn by a few days. So we got males guarding the bed, we got or guarding the fry, and then we've got some pre-spawn males that are moving up and making beds, and they're getting pretty territorial about where they're at. So I'm very carefully cruising the bank, and I'm casting to them with something very light, something weightless, and I'm just looking for these little places where these fish are. The very first thing you need is a good pair of polarized sunglasses. I don't care what people say about the cheap ones. They work just as good as the good ones. I understand that. They do work fine. But I'm telling you, a good pair of polarized glasses means the world when you're cruising the bank and you got a little bit of ripple on the water and you're looking for that one color of a fish, because you can't, you really can't see the full silhouette or the full body of the fish. You're just looking for a color. So a good pair of polarized glasses, plus another reason to buy a good pair is that they're safety rated. My Costas, if for instance I'm bringing in a big fish and it spits a jig right at the boat and that jig comes right back at my eye, I know that my sunglasses are going to stop that jig from going in my eye. Okay, going to keep me from going blind. That's, it's all about safety when it comes to glasses when I'm fishing, because I've had a ton, if you fish long enough you know too, but I've had a ton of lures come right back at my face. So, especially when I'm fishing topwater. Your little pre-hook set. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm very slowly and carefully cruising the bank, trying to stay at a pretty good distance, but still be close enough to where I can see them going in and out of these dead little pine trees, trying to see them if they're on the bed. Some of them are cruising, and I'm catching cruising fish, but I'm throwing a weightless, wacky rigged exo stick. Okay, I've got the tail dipped in chartreuse, green pumpkin with chartreuse. The reason is these fish they hate bluegill this time of year, and dyeing that little tail chartreuse mimics a bluegill. And I'm not gonna fish it like most people fish a Cinco, cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, bring it back in. No, I'm looking for these fish, and when I see them, I squat down because I don't want them to see me. I try to make a good skip cast. That was a horrible one, and I'm letting it sink just a little bit to get their attention. And if that spot that I see doesn't move, it's probably not a fish. So, skipping it in there, trying to keep it nice low trajectory so it doesn't make a big splash and scare the snot out of them. That might be one too. It's right on that. I'm looking at these trees that are sticking out a little bit further. That tends to be where they will try to make a bed. And I'm just looking for that oddball color. You'll figure it out. It's not something that I can say, oh, it's this exact color. You just look and you'll get to the point where you can see a different color than the bottom, a different color than the sticks, and it's just a color of a bass. And it's just hard to explain, but you do it enough times, you'll figure it out. You're looking for a color, because I can't see a full silhouette. Too much ripple on the water right now. And so what I'm doing is I'm cruising the bank, and when I see one, first thing I do, the same thing I do when I'm deer hunting, is I drop to a knee, or I drop low. And I make a skip right up in front of them if they're cruising, 4, 5, 6 feet in front of them if they're cruising. Or if they're up in the bush, I try to throw just past them. Can't always do that, but I don't want to throw directly on top of them. A couple of feet to the left or right usually is just fine. Got him. That's the female too, I think. And that is sight fishing 101. Whoo, this is a decent fish, y'all. At least it's pulling good. Just hope I can get it to the boat. Cruise the bait was something weightless. Oh yeah. Awesome. This is a good fish. This is my best one today. Good healthy fish. Yes, sir. Whoo, right in the corner of the mouth. Nice, good fish. She was spawning, so I'm gonna put her back in the water. Sight fishing. It is an absolute blast. A little 4-pounder. Go back there and make some babies. And like I always say, actually, first of all, see the hat? If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing a different hat today, click on the link in the description and you'll find out all about it. And like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. Introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out of the water, go out and catch some fish. Have a great day. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, that little thumbs up down at the bottom, and take it easy.